Right, I thought I'd make this video how I do some design work for people. What you see in front of you is a windscreen from a Mercedes. I imported an object, which is a picture, and I'm now tracing the outside because I need the shape. Now I might go a bit quiet because I'm concentrating, but I'll try and highlight all the important pieces of work that I'm doing. So I stopped this because I had a curve there which I wasn't happy with, but I'll put a spleen into to trace the line because it is all over the place, i.e. curvy, and it allows me to move it in the right place. This is simplified. This is Autodesk Inventor. Uh, 17, I think. Using the mouse wheel to zoom in and out. This is going to be a long video, I'll be honest. But if you're determined to do similar to what I do, then yeah, watch it all. So I'm now going to start the other side. Actually, just to double check. Yeah, happy with that. Spin. I tend to zoom in because this tries to snap to other objects, which really annoys me. Also, what I want to point out is I do swear. If you're a bit adverse to swear words, then yeah, it could go horribly wrong on this video. Anyhow, why am I doing this? I'm doing this because what we want to do is make a wind deflector for the side window, and so that I can fit it, I need to have the shape. Now I could start measuring and doing all sorts. However, when you look at this, you go like, oh, okay, there's just too many curves in this, which makes it virtually impossible to do the measurements and get all the curves right. So what I do then is try and take a photo or some form of image and trace the image. There's another part that I've got to make, which will use exactly the same method. Whilst I'm doing this, I've actually got a headset on, and I like listening to stuff whilst I'm doing this. It kind of, I don't know, helps me. So okay. Now sometimes you can to do a straight line is not too bad, however, because you can just stretch it out and it goes straight. Now the sharper the bend, I mean here I've got to start a bend, but as you can see, as I drag it over here, it's just not going to happen. So what you need to do is you need to place quite close together, and then it allows it to curve without affecting previous points. Now the idea is to create a method of manufacturing a part. Now my plan is to do molding. So based on the part, you'll see that later in the video. You'll see me design a printable mold. I say, yeah, printable mold. It's the master copy of the part from which I'll then make the mold. Right, so you can see here now that I've got the outline. I've already got the holes here and here. I mean, these are fixed anyhow. So you may ask, will I print this? No, I don't do clear. It's too much of a pain in the ass. So I tend to start my spleens on straights. Now, what do I use for reference in the image? That's kind of like going along the center of the darkest one. What I will say is I obtained this image by literally using a flat scanner, because I don't need it 3D, I need it 2D in order to do this. So the only problem is with when you have a clear shape, is that lines aren't very clear, as you can see. So how to go about As you can see, when I'm not zooming in, it's trying to snap to these points, but when you zoom in, it's not as bad. And with a bit of luck, yeah, there we go. See, if it's a long straight, we can get away with a lot. Yeah, it goes a little bit faster. Straight lines are easier to do, obviously. Whilst I'm doing this, I might as well just have a I just realised, which I think most of you have also noticed, that my scan wasn't that successful. Right, I'm going to create that and then move these around. So with spleens, it's quite difficult to get sharp corners, but it's not impossible. There we go. Yeah, so I'm the person behind. Oh crap! Did I just move that? No. I've got a little hobby business called RC Truck Design. The clue is in the name. I do custom designs for road control model trucks. Pretty much, there are no real two projects that are the same. So so everything is pretty much is custom built to order, and anything is possible. As long as the information is available. Yeah, so sorry, I know this is a bit shit, where I'm just doing this and trying to talk. However, you know, some of these processes are a bit laborious, and I try and keep your entertainment as best as possible. Yeah, so no two projects are the same really. I started off doing cabs, and I still do cabs. And the cabs generally are the old, the golden oldies, which is pretty cool. They are quite nice to do. And you end up with pretty much exactly what you want. And something that no one else has. It's not plastic card, it's 3D printed. The cab shell itself is printed by Shapeways, and all they do is a shell for me. Because doing FDM printing, small features on the cabs, especially like door frames, don't last long. And what I don't want is someone to be at a show and then find themselves without a cab because someone else has managed to smash into it. I mean, let's be honest, that is pretty shit. I'm working on a HIAB, and that is similar to this. And the thing is also, what I tend to do is use brochure. You know, in brochures they have the wire drawing with all the measurements on it. Sometimes that's my starting point, and by doing so, I can actually get to the scale, so the main structure, and then by looking at photos or all sorts of images, I tend to guess roughly how big something is in relation to the rest of the model, and I will compare and compare and compare, and then if it looks right, then I go with that. And it's very time consuming, and sometimes people will go like, oh yeah, but yeah, hold on, right? I don't do shit, right? You want something, you have it to my standard. My standard tends to be quite high, so which to a degree is to my detriment, because some projects have taken a bit too long, which I'm not happy about, but that is down to me and not them. Right, so back to the drawing. So I've now traced it out. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to save that. Okay, right. Save. Alright, let's give it a name. Window, because that's exactly what it is. Yes. Right, now what I'm going to do is wait for it to crash. This sometimes happens. I think it's because my graphics card isn't coping. I recently added another printer to my ensemble, so I have 2 Ultimaker printers. I'm quite happy with that. And pretty much straight after I got it set up, it started printing my ship, which is pretty cool. There we go. Excuse me. Right. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do an edit, select, and then tools, copy. I've already opened this area, so now I'm going to start drawing. Go to tools. Oh no, hold on. Got to start sketch first. Start sketch. Tools, paste, and there it is. I have no idea why it does that, why it goes all the way over there, but easy enough. We'll just take that, sketch, move, select a base point. I'm going to take the middle. There we go. Caught up with me. There, done. I'm going to rotate it. There, center point, there, yes. Ah. There we go. Done. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my headset down. I'm going to grab the windscreen because I need some relief. So give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back again. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some measurements. Excuse me. One, 3, 7. So I'm going to do a finish on that. 3D model, extrude. 1.37. I'm going to push that away from me. There we go. Visibility. Extrude that. 0.8. 0.8. Facing the right way. Okay. Right. Hide the sketch again. Right, for those who have got a Merc RC truck, that should be approximately a side window. So what we want to be able to do is create a wind deflector. So I'm going to go here, go there, CEDs, wind. Let's see if we can find one. Oh, you see this truck. I think this is the one. There we go. So we want to create something like that. So let's see if we can find a ton of images. Images. Hold on for a second. Control minus. And there we go, there's another one. Why is it all cars? I don't want cars. Okay, let's put Mercedes Actros. Oh, there we go. That's even better. Why I didn't think of that before, I don't know. Right. So we've got a good idea. So this is what we're going to recreate. Now, we know roughly where that is. Right. So, so what we're going to do, I'm going to draw on that. Actually, I need to quickly check something. Tamiya, Mercedes Cross. Images. Right, I need a side-on. Hardly anybody does a side-on picture of one of these things. That's YouTube. Don't want YouTube. Oh crap! Right. Come on. No, it's Conrad. I will find a half decent picture. Will that work? Actually, it's quite sizable. Photo bucket. Can't believe they've gone so commercial. Photo bucket. Wasters. Right, so why am I having a look at a Tamiya truck? Because of this. So what I'm going to do is make it the same size as this, the glass itself. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Because there's too much here. Sorry, too much here. Oh. Actually, because it doesn't go down there, does it? It stops about there. Yeah, I think I can get away with that. Get rid of that one. That's not Mercedes Actros. Yeah, so it goes down to the bottom there. Sits on there. And it sits in, yeah, okay, right. So what I'm going to do now is I've projected the geometry of the raised part, which is the actual glass that's going to pop out of the model itself. I'm going to delete the constraints. The constraints are these pieces here where it puts it all together. However, hopefully, no, it won't do it. Okay, so I need to put in some points. A point there, and a point there. Okay. Delete. There we go. Right, so I'm going to use this line. I could try that. Oh, it worked. We'll do 2mm. Oh, the self-intercept. Oh, what's going on here? Self-intercepting path loops are environments. Okay. That's just not great shakes. What I can do is I'm just going to do that. There we go, and get rid of this point as well. We don't want extra bits in here to cause any issues. And we're going to close this loop here as well. Right, so now I'm going to extrude that by 0.5. See if that. Oh, god damn it! What I forgot is to make it a new object. There we go. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to change the properties of this. Why? So I can tell the two apart. Right, we're going to set it as clear. There we go. There we go. Right, now we've got to find a way. I think I know how. There we go. Yeah, I didn't like that. Okay. We'll do a trim. No. Okay. Oh, I know what I forgot. Delete constraints. What do I do? No. Oh, god damn it, undo. Repeat trend. Oh, there we go. Undo. There we go. Doesn't like it, does it? Shit. Okay. No, doesn't like that either. This is the problem that I have. So what I'm going to do now is so what I'm doing here now is I'm going to guesstimate the shape that I want. And to be fair, I'm not a million miles away. Actually, that looks alright. I'm going to make that a new shape, and that will become apparent soon. Right, so I've got my basic shape, so I'm going to put a curve in there and see how that pans out. We'll do that at 3, and it's done quite well. Now, is that alright? Do you know what? I think it needs a bit more. Needs to be a bit more steeper. So I'm going to see if I can exceed 3. No, doesn't like. No, no, it doesn't like it. I'm going to delete that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now... Oh, I've got an idea. First of all... No, I'm going to combine that. Will that work? A lot of this is trial and error. See if it works or not. I don't think it did. Or did it? Oh, that's better, isn't it? So what I'm going to do now, doesn't like that, does it? Now I want to. Alright, let's see how we can do this. Not 1 millimeters, but yeah, it doesn't like that. What I can do, this is going to be interesting. Don't heal. That, 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 and that. Now, oh, I didn't like it. Okay, right, so now we're going to see if we can. Right, seems to have worked. Okay, you can see where it can take a long time. However, we managed to get 0.05. So hopefully, okay, that's different. Yeah, I think I asked for too much there. But making progress, and that's the main thing. Let's wait for the computer to catch up. And it didn't like that. That's fine. That's okay. Right, okay. Sorry. Well, we've got somewhere, which is the main thing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to change tack slightly. I need actually, yeah. Delete that. Delete that. Delete that. Delete that. Oh. Okay, right, so what I'm going to try and do now is do it slightly different. And it may seem a bit convoluted, but this is part and parcel of how I do things. There we go. Right. This is effectively, I should say, the outer layer. So what I'm going to do now, hopefully, is go there. I can go there. Right, so what I've done is I've created a square which is equal to the square I put underneath. I'm going to make that new, and I did an extrude to next, which automatically goes to the next thing, and you will see. Nope. Hide others. There we go. It's imprinted. Right. Now, what you've got to do here, and what I'm going to do is I'll make that visible and then move that body. Make that 0. Hopefully it's a Z. Minus 50. Yep. Apply. Now what you see here is going to be the master copy of the mold, and you got to have a particular mindset to see this happening. You mostly won't, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a border around here, make a wall, which will then contain all the silicon rubber. So when you put it in that aspect, you got to see, right, that part there, like that. This is the outside. Okay. And that will be the inside. So what I've got to do now is thicken the wall here, hopefully, to replicate the actual inside. I need automatic blending on that as well. Right, check all around. Yeah. Okay. Right. We want 0.5. Apply. Go on. Oh, come on. All right. I'm going to try again, but I'm taking the automatic blending off. See if that works. Nope. Just going to do it piece by piece. There. All you just heard is me vaping. I vape a lot. Oh, gotta wait for the computer to catch up again. Yay! It's worked. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to save this, because if it crashes now, then that would make me emotional, and it does have a habit of crashing. Yes. Sorry, I do apologise. Alright, let's continue. Oh dear, still waiting, still waiting. Ah. I wonder why it takes so long. I have to wait for it to do its thing. It's a bit of a pain in the ass. Alright, let's do the other side. No, I'll do that one. Apply. Go! Yeah! Apply. Ooh, pushing the boat out here. I'm doing 2 pieces in one go. Apply. Looking good so far. This is going to be a thin piece of plastic. Excuse me. Oh dear. Right, I'm just deleting this, like, well, this, whatever it is. Hopefully, we'll just bring it all together. Let's see if it's smart enough. Let's see how this works. And so we wait. And we wait. And we wait. Oh, some people don't seem to understand this bit. I have to wait for this thing to finish. Oh, excuse me. This is a very, say, off-the-cuff video. Don't read into it as being professional, because it most certainly isn't. Just to say, I've got 2 printers on the go as well, which I'm quite chuffed with. Oh. So the background noise is basically that. Well, I'm still waiting. Chances are it will crash. But you never know. There's not a lot I can do, really. Just wait. And wait. And wait. And wait. Still waiting. Ooh. Oh. That's not good. Brilliant. That's really what I wanted. Okay, let's just see what it really is. See if that works. No. Do that. Turn that off. Apply. See what happens. See if this will blend it a little bit more. Okay, so this is gonna create the inside part of the mold. So I'm going to check the other one. There we go. Quite happy with that. What I might do is do thicken. We'll do automatic blending. We'll do 0.5. Okay, right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to delete the move body. Should bring it back down. If not, I just move it back down by 50. Oh my god. Oh. There you go, just to show you. It's the Ultimaker 3 doing its printing. I didn't think of showing you this, but I can monitor it with my my phone anywhere on my Wi-Fi network. There is a way to monitor it away from work, but I haven't figured that one out yet. Wow, this is ridiculous. If anyone wants to like purchase a computer that can do this for me, but then just go ahead and do so. But yeah, I need a Quadro graphics card. This one, it's a 960 or 970 Ti, but it's just not coping because I've got 32 gigs of RAM. I've got an i7 processor, so I'm not short of on memory. It's doing alright. I'm quite chuffed with the Ultimaker 3. Yeah. Oh, for God's sake. This is ridiculous. Yeah, so all being well, we should have a wind deflector. For those that want to know, I am. What am I watching? Well, I'm not watching it. I'm listening to Voynich Code, the world's most mysterious manuscript. So that's been playing in the background in my ears whilst I've been chatting to you. Yay! No, what just happened? Oh, there we go. Now we can change the view to view style. Let's show you wireframe. There we go. Right, so we can inspect this. Let's see if that works. It looks good. It's always good to check it out, make sure. Looks like it's worked. I'm quite happy with that. Okay, and we're going to check this bit out. So that's on. There you are. There we go. Let's do a save. So that when it crashes, it's not bad. Yeah. Okay, right. So now what we've got to look at is how are we going to fill this? How are we going to fill the mold with plastic to fill this gap, the cavity that is going to end up in there. And the good thing about 3D printing is that we can like put in those lines as well. So I'm going to draw on that. I am going to put that. So first things first, we need an entry point. Now, if we're going to class this here as the top and this the bottom, I find it's best to fill from the bottom, mainly because air tends to go up. So what we're going to have to be careful of is making sure, yeah, because there's always post-production where we deal with any imperfections. That's what I do anyhow. Shall I use spleen? No, we'll use a line first. We're going to do that there. And that's my first one. Now, again, what we've got to take into account is this is a master, so we're going to fill this with silicon. And if we want a cavity in silicon, we need a raised area. So I'm going to finish the sketch. Now we're going to go to the top, and you'll see what I'm going to do. Hit the set, right. So there, I'm going to project this point here. I'm going to make a circle, and we're going to make that 3 millimeters. Then we're going to go to sweep. So we select the profile that we want to create, then the path it's going to follow, and go OK. And you can see, right, I've put the line a little bit further in so that it will be a bigger, like a better access hole. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a fillet, and I'm going to add, will one work? Yeah, we'll do that. There we go. Right, and now what I'm also going to do is I'm going to draw on that. I'm going to project that. So I've got the center of the circle. I'm going to create another circle of about 10. Yep. And this time I'm going to extrude it. Face it the opposite way. At this moment it's setting, it's going to cut it, so we can change that to make solid. And we're going to do That should be fine. There we go. And then I'm going to smooth that around. There we go. 2.2. Yeah, that's fine. And there you can see that, you know, I'm going to pour it in here. It's going to be pooled as it flows down, and then fill. Now, obviously, if I'm going to make mold like this, it's going to fill up with resin, but it needs an escape. So I'm going to make some. Ooh. And we're going to put some lines for the air to escape. I'm going to project that, so I'm going to attach it to some. I'm going to put one there. Put another one there. Put one there. Oh. And put another one there. I think that should be sufficient. Okay, finish. Sketch on top of that. And then. So we're projecting points so that when we do the circles, and we're going to make them smaller, make them 2 mil. Right. Now finish. Now the thing is, what we're going to do we're going to do a sweep like we did the other one. Yeah. But the drawings are going to disappear, which means we've got to go here, make the drawings visible. Actually, whilst I'm here, I might also do the same for this one. You'll see why in a sec. And we're going to sweep the rest of them. Okay. One more. Wow, okay. That wasn't supposed to happen. So let's go to the sketch itself. There we go. Now what we've got to be careful of as well is here. We want to be able to, that needs to protrude. go. Do the same with all of them. Alright. Okay, and what I'm going to do now is just to fine tune this, is to draw that, draw that. Actually, yeah, give me 1 second. Undo, 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 undo. Oop. There's an easier way of doing this. There we go. And then we're going to okay, right. And then, and then. Right, so what I'm doing here is I'm going to cut the end off. Okay. You can see that it's done a bit more than I wanted to, so I am going to do a delete face and see what happens. See if it blends. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. And it did. So I'm going to do the same again here. But any money, it doesn't do it this time. Holy shit, it just did. And then we've got this one. So what we need to do is we're going to pull that one out. Thicken. going to apply that. And then we're going to do it again. I'm going to push that downwards. And let's see if that actually blends. It should do. There we go. Okay, we'll do a save. So that this side is pretty much done. We just need to do some keys. We'll do keys are basically where it marries up the mold nicely. So what we'll do is do 15. What we'll do is now, again, bearing in mind that we're printing something that it's going to create a relief. We want the mold to have protrusions rather than gaps. So we're going to make that 7mm deep and go there. Now here's the weird thing. I'm going to thicken that by 0.2 because it's got to fit in another hole, and with printing you've got to give it a certain amount of tolerance. So there we go, and we're going to chamfer the inside. Apply. So now in my mold, when I pour this to make the mold, I'm going to have protrusions from the actual silicone, little nodules, and I'll have a taper to it as well, so it should slide in nicely. And that is that. Now, do you know what? I am going to hide these sketches. No, I need them. However, what I will do is do that. Ignore what I just did. Totally ignore it, please. Right, so let's ignore that. We'll do a start there, that, and that. There we go. Right, finish sketch. It'll become apparent why I've done that. Go up, and I'm going to do hide others, and I'm going to flip it over. Boom. Just need to check something. 7. So I need to make them 8. So let's do that first. No. Cancel. Push it around. This is going to create holes in the mold that I'm going to create. Right, so I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to create a chamfer on there. Just have it as one. Cancel that. And now I'm going to do that sweep. Okay. And let's see what happens there. Make sure it's okay. No, it didn't like that. No, I'm going to leave that. Let's not worry about that. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, well, there we go. Right, that's done. And then, where's my extrusion that I did? That's that. There we go. Visibility. Extrude. That there. Opposite way. Make it solid. Okay. And then that's it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make the other one, let's hide all these sketches because they're just going to interfere with things. There we go. Make that visible. No. So what you see here now is it's not the actual mold itself, it's the mold master. We're going to make a mold out of this. I'm just going to get rid of that because I don't need that. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to be making a mold out of this. I'm just going to thicken that a bit. Give it a bit more solidity. Do by 3. There we go, apply. There we go. What I'm going to do now quickly is I'm going to create a wall. Project that, offset by 3. Yeah. I'm going to offset that by 0.2. There we go, 3.2, so that's actually 3 millimeters. Then we're going to go and extrude that. Put out 40. Nice high wall. Best edit that again. So it should be a new. Okay. And this wall will be used for this one as well, because the outside, these walls, or the perimeter of this block is the same as the other one. It has to be. But what I've got here now is a mold master. What's left now is to have these printed, and this will then be cast as part of a mold, and then we'll be working on that. From that, what can I say? I hope you enjoyed the video. It's an hour and 45 minutes, so that's how long this took. And I hope that you've gained something from it. If you need anything doing, let me know. I should be able to accommodate. If you think, oh, I could give that a go, then please do so. Anyhow, thank you so much for listening, droning me on, and I do apologise for the long pauses of nothingness. But yeah, c'est la vie. Thank you so much. Take care. All the best, guys.